Hello, everyone. Good morning again from my end, and good morning, good afternoon from my end, and welcome to One Global Movement Speak with Heart, where we're helping to build the hopes and dreams of children, young people, women worldwide. So, thank you guys again so much. It's always a blessing to know that there are people that want to come together so that we can help this population in the world, because that's what we've been called to do. What else? What else can we do but help these children and women? This is actually a blessing to me, and I want to thank the Almighty God for bringing us together through Mr. Ash Mufare and the others that are not yet in Unpassive. I also thank you because I see the contributions that you're making in the world towards One Global Movement. So thank you guys so much, and happy, thankful, thriving Thursday. So it's a blessing. You might not see me very well. I want you guys to indicate in the chat if I am very clear here or not, because I am right here on a farm in a house, Airbnb, on an organization that I was referred to go and check it out. This organization is being run by some powerful women for the sake of eradicating hunger and also eradicating poverty. And it calls for education because they are educating people. And I'm so happy that I did. This was referred to me by Lauren, one of the fathers that we go and help. And today we are here. It's a huge place. It's huge. And they have workers, and we are now in one of the Airbnb rooms. I might not be very clear here, but let me know. I would like somebody, John, please, Sister Yvonne, if you can indicate in the chat if you guys hear my voice so well and if my image is clear, let me know. But we are happy. We are here carrying the show on the farm. Thank you guys so much. And the two ladies that own this place, their names are Karen and Jackie. And wow, a lot of things that we have learned within this short space of time. We've not been here up to an hour. And they also gave us this room to carry out our show. A lot of things that we're going to learn from them. And they're going to try to find a sponsorship for me to attend a webinar or a class that is starting on Saturday, which is going to also help us here in One Global Movement to defeat hunger, defeat illiteracy, poverty, homelessness, abuse, and all other things that are facing the most vulnerable population in the world, because they too are working for the vulnerable population in the world. So it's a lot of things to learn here, and I'm happy that I finally came. I was referred to them about 4-6 months ago, but because of an encouragement yesterday from an agronomist, we decided that we are going to check it out. And here we are, and we thank God for these precious moments with them here. So please, we will go to the website and we will share the website here, because one of the goals and the programs of One Global Movement is to promote ourselves, especially women helping other women, women inspiring other women. So we want to really promote them with whatever we do here on the show, because we have a lot to learn from them. They've been doing this for 21 years. 21 years, and they continue to do so. They're highly educated women, and they have a lot for us. And they were so happy to hear about One Global Movement and what we are doing. They're going to be subscribing, and let us put our hands together that they will accept to be some of our mentors here in One Global Movement. So thank you guys so much. We're going to be done here maybe a little before time, so that we can focus on what we're going to be talking about here with them. So you bear with us, but let us keep thinking positively and keep encouraging one another, inspiring one another to do what we are doing here for children, women, young people, with a focus on young girls. So, and our thanks always goes to Mr. Ash Mufare. Don't you think that we are blessed and highly favored? I think so, because there is something that happens when you wait. Waiting is a very good thing. Imagine about 1, 2, 3 years ago, if OnPassive would have started. Do you know that we would not be able to really use those resources well? There is always something that happens, and I think that the Creator makes it to happen for a reason. Waiting. OnPassive did not work the way that it was supposed to, but it is for a good reason. So it gives us time to do what we are doing, visit organizations, learn from them, and do a lot of things, and also establish our own things that we are going to be doing when we get those apples raining down on us from OnPassive. So I urge each and everyone to really write down what you intend to do with those resources from OnPassive if you have not already done so. And if you have done so, keep taking a closer look at it. What can I do? You don't just sit. You got to do something. So if I am from one farm to the other or from one place to the other, it is the understanding that when you don't feed a child, and feeding a child the right way, that child cannot grow. That child cannot progress. That child cannot focus on anything. And it is our responsibility here as parents, mothers and fathers, adults, and caregivers of these children that we do the right thing. Because when you do the right thing to these children, you are blessed even more. Remember, the scripture says, your children will rise up to bless you. They don't just rise up to bless you, they rise up to bless you because you did the right thing for them from your heart without strings attached. And not just only for your biological children, because there are several ways in which we can have children. God has given us all those ways. So thank you guys so much. Let us keep doing what we are doing and be patient and keep our eyes focused on our goals. What are we going to do? What are you doing? Don't just sit and wait. An idle mind is the devil's workshop. Do not sit and wait. Do something. Sell a bottle of water. If you don't know how to do something, ask. Ask. Look at what Mr. Ash Mufara is doing. He is a typical example. I speak about him a lot because he is the one who brought us here. And what he is doing aligns with what we are doing here in One Global Movement. And therefore, I look up to him for a lot of the things that I do. Reading my notes from when I join OnPassive, from when he speaks, I write down things. And so that we will use this to continue to support OnPassive, not just for our own immediate satisfaction. So this is very important. Do something. Don't sit around and complain and whine and talk negatively about OnPassive. And don't even ask me questions, because when you ask those questions, that means you are not focusing on your goals and your dreams. Otherwise, you will not be asking those types of questions. And some of those questions, I'm sorry to say it, they are based on greed and power. Because when we come together like this, we put our hands together, we speak positively, and we say things that actually come from our hearts. We are supporting Mr. Ash Mufara to do the best for us. And therefore, through us, we'll do the best to the world, beginning with the future, who are our precious children. So thank you guys so much. Sister Yvonne, I know that you are in the chat today. I appreciate that. Thank you guys so much. And you can see me in my farm clothing, okay? I have them underneath here. I am not so, because I don't worry. So long as I'm clean, I'm happy. And I can do this show anywhere in the world. That is what I want. And thank God for technology and OnPassive with this high technology that is building it so that we can impact the future. So today is Thursday, November 7th, and we are in the Mantle of Hope Revolution, part 250. Pretty soon we're going to get to 300, and we can only keep going higher and higher. And now the theme is, how do we teach our children and youth to stay blessed? How do we do that? To me, the first question I'll ask is, how do I teach myself to stay blessed before even teaching other children? Let me scroll down here to make sure that everybody is hearing everything that I'm saying. Do you hear me? I want to know. Can somebody put yes in the chat? Nancy, if you can. Okay, yes, my sister. Don't ask what you. Okay, Nancy, Mr. Barilla, and Sister Yvonne, or any other person, can you put in the chat if you hear me and if you see me? But hearing here should be the most important thing, because if you don't see me, it's because of the environment that I am in right now. So let somebody put in the chat, yes, we can hear you. All right. I want to know that that you guys hear me so well. So thank you so much. So how do we teach our children and youth to stay blessed? Okay. Thank you so much, Nancy, for that. Thank you for confirming that. How do we teach our children, our youth, our young girls to stay blessed? How do we teach our young boys to stay blessed? How do you even teach yourself? Because you can't teach somebody when you don't know what you're doing, and you cannot give out of nothing. You cannot give out of nothing. Remember that. It is true. You cannot be talking and talking when you cannot really walk your talk. Here, if we want to uplift humanity from our hearts, like Mr. Ash Mufara says, you have to walk the talk, not just talking. Action speaks louder than words. We have to action everything out. And children, they look up to us. They look up to us, and it will be hypocrisy if we don't do the right thing. And most of the time, it's not to just talk, talk, talk. I know that we talk here a lot. Of course, we have to educate, but I have to be able to put it into practice. And that is why I am going around doing what I'm doing. I'm also supporting other people, because this is what we need in the world, volunteering and doing other things, so that um, we can get to these children quickly. And when you help another person, you're also learning. And when you help people, they in turn, just to say thank you is already an inspiration to me. That's what it means to me. So, how do you teach children, youth, boys and girls to stay blessed? How do you teach them? How do you teach your children to stay blessed? Huh? There are a lot of ways that we can do that. So let us start with our quotes. With every step I take, you have to personalize it. With every step I take, I am reminded that I am blessed and highly favored, walking in divine purpose and surrounded by grace. Being blessed and highly favored means I stand in the light of hope, knowing that no challenge, never, no challenge is too great for the gift that flows within me. And we, as we all know, if we don't know, we must embrace it, believe in it, that we were born with all those things. We just need to activate it. Don't let it sit dormant in you. We need to activate these things. When you activate it as a parent, as a caregiver, as an adult, the kids will do the same, and you will be so happy. And all the challenges that these children face in the world, they'll begin to die down. Why not do it now with the Unpassive Revolution and the One Global Movement Revolution? This is so important. So, in the midst of trials, tribulations, and challenges, I declare that I am blessed and highly favored, for my strength is renewed and my path is paved with purpose. You got to declare this. You have to speak life over your own life. Speak life, speak light over your life. Nobody's going to speak it to you. You can go to the church, that's good. But if you do not speak it from within you, no matter what the preacher is saying, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. You've got to take the stand. Speak to the Creator by yourself. Carry out a conversation, just a natural conversation that comes from within you, not just faking or putting words up in the air. Do things that come from within you, and say things that you are going to put them in action. Without any action, we will be wasting our time. And when we waste our time, we are also wasting the time of children. So that is very, very important. So I walk with confidence. I walk with confidence, knowing that I am blessed and highly favored, destined to make a difference, touch lives, and create lasting impact, or legacies. This is so important. And as I rise each morning, I affirm that I am blessed and highly favored, empowered to transform dreams into reality and turn obstacles into stepping stones, right? If you do that, you'll be so happy with yourself. And lastly, I embrace the truth that I am blessed and highly favored. Yes, I am. With every blessing meant to be shared and multiplied through acts of kindness and love for children, young people, women, and our global family. So, how do our children stay blessed? This is a very important question that must be taken seriously. I take it seriously because I get up every day, even at night. I think, what can I do to help these children to stay blessed and highly favored? What can I do for these children to get out of all of this confusion that has been set in the world for them? What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? This is very, very important questions to ask every single day, no matter what. You don't have to go out there to do big things. It starts small. You start small because foundations, solid foundations, start small, not big. If you see foundations that just explode so big, know that they've either been built little by little in order to get to that point, or they just get to that point by trying to take the fast track, and not long they're going to collapse. So we here, in order to build lasting legacies, in order to be sure that we help these children build lasting foundations for themselves, we have to start small. And this is the foundational stage of One Global Movement. And we are going to keep ahead and moving so with grace, with gratitude, with love, and with whatever positive resource that we have. At least I am never going to give up, because they never gave up on me. My village never gave up on me. My grandmother and my mother didn't give up on me. And therefore, other people uh, along my path of life have also held my hand to cross a lot of bridges. And this is one of the greatest bridge that I have experienced in my life through Unpassive and Mr. Ashmufara, and therefore all of you brand ambassadors here. So it is something that we all must come together to do so that our children can learn and do their best as well. So how do our children stay blessed? I ask this question again and again. Staying blessed involves cultivating a mindset, attitude, and lifestyle that aims or aligns with gratitude, purpose, your values, good values, and positive actions. And what are some of the ways that this can be done? We know there are so many, because throughout the history of mankind, throughout humanity, these are the things that we have been created with. But how do you execute these things in such a way that they're going to help you, and therefore you're sure that they're going to help your children as well? How do you do that? There's so many ways. And one way might work for you well, and the way that work for you might not work for another person, and that's fine, because we all need to find our own unique self and our own unique way of doing things. We can learn from others because we are called to learn from one another, because no one person knows it all. But are you applying these ways according to the way that they fit your gift? Do not copy just for the sake of copying, because you see somebody is maybe is already up there and you think, oh, I want to be up there as soon as possible, but you did not know when, how that person got up there. We want to teach our children this, because when we teach them, our children will be very happy with even the slightest of things that they do. And remember, you might take this much to get to where you are, but somebody might take just a little, or just a little pinch of something to get them to where they want to be. And therefore, that means whether the actions are small or they're big, they are still going to lead to the same destination, so long as you know what you're doing, so long as you have a purpose, and so long as you know who you are and whose you are and where you are going. so long as you have a good roadmap according to what comes from within you. So, number one, some of the ways that our children and all of us can stay blessed is gratitude as a daily practice. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. We talked before about really owning a gratitude journal and continue to do so. Your gratitude journal, you can improvise, or you can put something, a cover of a mentor or somebody that inspires you, or you can take a verse or a scripture and put it on there, and that thing will sink into your subconscious mind, and it will begin to play, and this is how it's going to push you to where you want to be. I do that a lot because I learned to do that. I learned to do that from my grandmother and my mother and people that were involved in my life. So I learned to do that, and it works miracles. It works. So get a gratitude journal. 3 things, just 3. You have a lot to be grateful for. Get a gratitude journal. You get up from bed, you say you do your morning rituals depending on what you want to do. And for me, it's first of all to be grateful that I am alive, I'm existing. What I do with my existence is therefore left to me. So you get that and you start writing. It doesn't take you up to 4 minutes, not even up to 3 minutes to write 3 things that you're grateful for. One thing is already there: life. You've been given life today, existence. It's already there. And now you write it down. And now for me, I say, I ask for guidance, leadership, and protection to action out my purpose today. I put that down. And then I'm grateful for a family. You're grateful for food. You're grateful for a roof over your head. You're grateful for your car that you drive. You're grateful that you have your legs to walk. A lot of things that we take for granted is what we're supposed to be doing. And then you will help your children at a very young age. The moment you start even doing their own journal with them, buy a journal for them. When they say something, they say, "Thank you, mommy, thank you, daddy." Write it down. In due course, when they know how to write, you hand that journal to them. That I was helping you writing these things down because you were not yet at that age where you can write things. You hand it over to them. I bet you they'll be so happy that you did that. So this is something that we all can own, and it will stay as part of your family library, not just the online library, a physical library, because we want to strike a balance between these artificial intelligence or internet and the physical things that can be touched and felt. We want to do that with our children. So gratitude as a daily practice is very important. Why it helps? Why does gratitude helps? Ask yourself, why do you think gratitude helps? Let us all contribute here. We are now here in Academy. We're not just here to hear from one person, not just from Mundih, not just from anybody on the stage here. We want to be able to really express gratitude in the way that we know how to, so that we can all learn from one another, because this will help in choices and all inclusion for our children. So why do you think gratitude helps? Gratitude shifts your focus. It shifts your focus from what's lacking to the abundance you already have. We have abundance. Life has been given to us in abundance. How do you do this? How do you do it? Keep a gratitude journal. I just talked about that, right? Keep a gratitude journal, or simply reflect daily on the things, people, and moments you are thankful for. Right here, I am so proud and grateful that I have people like you, a battalion all over the world, from different countries, from different ethnic groups, different cultures and backgrounds, supporting children, women, and young people here. I am grateful. Without you guys here, I would not be talking here. Without Mr. Ashmafara bringing us here together, I would not. And so this is something that we have to be grateful for every single day. And in my journal, if you were to read my journals, I bet you will see all of those things there. And sometimes you can't always mention all the names, but it is there. So you have people, you have things, you have special moments to be grateful for, a lot to be grateful for. Remember, gratitude determines how far you go. Or you can write a note to somebody. Thank you. I see a lot of people writing here in the chat how grateful they are to us here, which is a very wonderful thing and a good lesson for our children. So, number two, we maintain a positive mindset. We always talk about the mindset, maintaining a positive mindset. Why does it help? Why does it help to maintain a positive mindset? A positive mindset attracts more positivity and helps you face challenges grace, with grace and determination to say, I will continue to be grateful and I will continue to utilize the resources at my disposal to show my gratitude to others. And how do you do this? How do you maintain a positive mindset? You consciously, really consciously, really knowing that I have to do this. You're not just doing it. Because when you say, let me just, that is exactly how you're going to get things flow to you. But you are determined within you to say, I am going to be grateful. And you consciously choose optimism. Optimism means you consciously choose to be positive in everything you do and say, in every situation, with everyone you meet, in every moment. You choose to do that. And then you refrain from negative situations. Reframing means you don't fight it, you just walk away. If you can, walk away from negative situations and avoid dwelling on negativity. Avoid dwelling on negativity. Turn it around, flip it around. Anything that is negative, they say, oh, somebody can say, oh, you're stupid. No, you know you're not stupid. You say, oh, no, I'm very smart. I'm one of the smartest in the world. That's what you do. Because those words alone are a blessing to your own self. When you alter those words, you're not just saying them, they are empowering you and you're blessing your own self. When somebody says you're not rich, you say, oh, no, I'm rich, because guess what? Your health is your wealth. Guess what? When you have that wealth, wealth is knowledge. Wealth is the actions, the positive actions that you take. And when all of these things are combined, guess what? You see the overflow. Your cup overflows and it runs over and start going to other people because of what you're doing. What I'm doing today, I think I have gotten more than enough overflow because this single me, considering my background, a lot of the things that I do, sometimes I just tear up, I cry. I cry in gratitude and in happiness that I can believe that I am doing this. But I knew that I can do this because I am a child of the Most High God, because I have been blessed and highly favored. And this is when you think like this, there is nothing that cannot come your way. And then number three is you live with purpose. We always talk about purpose because you cannot live a life that you don't know what you're doing. You have to know what you're doing. You got to know it because we all were born with different gifts and we were born with a purpose. And so we have to know, why does this help? Why do you think living with a purpose help? When you live with intention, intentionality, you feel more fulfilled and aligned with a higher purpose. And higher purpose is not just merely talking about the creator, which is the first thing that we should be talking about, because we are not here by accident. But you live with a purpose that says, excuse me, I am going to do this. I am going to impact the world. I am going to leave a lasting legacy for my children, my grand great children, my grand great great children, up to 1,000,000 or 1,000,000,000 generation to continue. This is what it means by living with purpose. How do you do this? How do you live with purpose? Regularly assess your goals. Assess your goals and your dreams. Assess what you're doing. Sit with yourself and reflect on what you're doing, not just doing it trying to achieve a lot, trying to get quantity instead of getting quality. Sit with yourself, assess your goals and your dreams, assess your passions and your actions. Do your actions align with what you have been created to do? Do your actions align with your goals and your dreams? This is what you ask yourself. I'm not just saying this. I ask myself a lot of questions. Sometimes I feel like I ask too many questions. Even I ask people, Too many. I am that nosy one because my grandmother taught me to be nosy, and ask. Because the scripture says, if you don't ask, you're not going to get. But when you ask, you're gonna get it. When you looking for something, you're gonna get it. And when you keep knocking at the door to say, I'm knocking at this door because I want to do this, I want to do this to empower children's lives, the door will be open to you. So many golden opportunities will be open to you. So make sure these things align with your true values and serve a greater good. What are your values? Are you living somebody else's values because they imposed it on you, or you want to live the values that you were born or you were created with? The values that your parents taught you, the values of your culture and traditions, because all of these things are there for a reason. It's not just there for you to just abandon them, because this is how you are blessed and highly favored when you do these things. So number 4, acts of kindness and service. If you guys realize, I post a lot of acts of kindness, even with a picture of a 2-year-old, a toddler, who is offering food picked from the garbage to a journalist who came to take a picture. And because of war, this child was displaced. And this child is eating literally from the garbage. And this child is happy to share food from the garbage, which you and I are here. We eat 3 times a day. 3 times a day is not, it's like people are imposing the standard way of eating, which is not even the standard. You eat according to your system. You eat according to your system. You don't have to go to with breakfast, lunch, and supper. That is a way that people think. But it's good to eat, but you eat according to your system, according to what your system can tolerate, and according to you eat according to how the food are healthy, vegetables and fruits. Absolutely, we need to do that. And so act of kindness and service. And why do you have to even show acts of kindness and service to children, young people, and women? Helping others enriches your own life. Isn't that true? Helping others enriches your life. Do you know how happy I am knowing that I'm doing something that it's going to change somebody's life? It's going to impact the lives of this vulnerable population in the world. When you help others, it enriches your life first, and it expands the blessings you receive. Remember, when you dig deep down into yourself, you remove something and give it out. You have created this vacuum, this empty space within yourself for God to continue to fill it up. But if you do not remove something to give it out, you are just there. You're not expanding, you're not growing, you're not impacting your life. Give something out, no matter how small. Give a bowl of soup to a child, or clothes to a child. Something significant that is going to help this child to eat, to put on the appropriate clothing, to live, to have shelter, roof over their head, the basic necessities of life that we were born and created with, which uh, 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 Abraham Maslow talks about, the basic necessities of life. So this is so important. And how do you do this? Look for opportunities to serve. Look for opportunities to serve without asking to be paid. And then whether it's through volunteerism, whether it's through supporting a friend or giving to those in need, whether it is through water projects, whether it is through opening a soup kitchen to serve in refugee camps or to those that need help, no matter what it is, or it is going to the store to buy a loaf of bread or to cook food. But remember, you can't cook and give to people unless you're certified. So when you're certified to cook, you can do a lot of great things. Like me, I love to cook, and I want to get to the point where I'll be certified so that these very healthy foods that I grew up eating can also be given to children to eat and be healthy as well. I've always been a very healthy person throughout my life because I was taught how to eat right and eat healthily, natural food from your backyard to the kitchen, right? And from your kitchen to the table. The table doesn't have to be a physical table, like we say. We sat on the floor and we were happy eating, right? So, and that is some of the ways that you can do it. Look for opportunities. Don't just wait around. Ask questions. Come here and ask questions in the chat. What can I do to help one global movement? Not just attending. What can I do? Maybe you are a content creator. How can I help to create content? Can I have one global movement content to create so that we can put it online in Academy so that these kids can just go there? We encourage them to go there and study. How can I do to do some graphics like Sister Sharon is doing? How can I do to monitor the chat like our managing director and a lot of other people are doing? How can I do to organize the 2025 One Global Movement International online webinar that is coming up soon? What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? When you do that, you are also helping the children in your community and the women in your community. And together, we will empower the world. So, number 5, you keep your faith strong. Keep your faith strong. Why? Why is it necessary? Why is it important to keep your faith strong? Faith strengthens your inner peace. It strengthens your inner peace and reinforces the belief that you are blessed and highly favored. Have faith. Faith in what? There are a lot of things that we can have faith in. Not people telling you you're worshiping idols. No. God created everything for a reason. God created these things because you don't see God. It is through these things, these natural things, that you can take to reach out to God. Because God gave us these things. God gave us the trees, the flowers, the plants. God gave us the wood, the forest, the lakes. God gave us the animals. God gave us everything to worship them using those things. And sometimes people might fool you because a lot of religious establishments are out there to make money. They are billion-dollar companies. But what you use to worship God, it's up to you and your God, because God is the one who created these things, and nobody should have to impose their own way of life onto you. So how do you do this? Look for opportunities. Always look. How? Regular prayers. You get up from bed, the first thing before you step your foot down, you say, I am grateful for being alive today. You go for a walk so that you can say hello to people on your walking path. Steps for smiles, or a gift in a bag or something. You go to share books or backpacks to children that are going to resume school or that they are going to go to school for the first time. Maybe sneakers for children to wear, shoes in a bag, or shoes for feet programs. Those are all programs that I have for One Global Movement that I'm talking about here, And so regular prayers, meditation in your own way, not the way that somebody says you have to do it this way. No, you don't, because you are different. You were created uniquely and you're different, and then all spiritual practices can keep you connected to your beliefs and your higher power, which is the same higher power that we serve, the same creator. It does not matter. We all have different ways to get to reach to our creator, so long as those ways are good ways, not bad ways, right? And number 6, practice forgiveness. Forgiveness. And there is this quote that I'm almost forgetting. Forgiveness is like a fragrance that is shed at the heel of the forgiver. I'm just doing it in my own way, and there's an author for that, and I'm forgetting the name here. There's an author for that, and I really give my gratitude, and I'm paying tribute to that author, but I'm paraphrasing it in my own way. Forgiveness is like a fragrance that is shed at the heel of the forgiver. When you are forgiving somebody, it's not because you are condoning the bad thing that person has done to you. It's not because you are approving of those things, but it's because you know that forgiveness will really take a heavy, heavy load off your heart. and allows you to move forward with your life. Forgiveness doesn't mean that you have to go closer to the person either. If you know that this person is going to hurt you, you have to protect yourself. And this is what we teach our children. Forgiveness means you want to be able to forgive that person in order to forgive yourself so that you can move forward to do greater things, right? So that is very, very important for us. And holding into grudges blocks the flow of your blessings. Yes, it is true. Don't hold on to grudges. First of all, they're going to be aching your heart before you know you develop heart problem, you develop this problem, and you're holding onto all those. Those are baggages of negativity that are going to weigh us down. And we don't want that. I don't want it. A lot of things were done to me as a child, and I had to begin to let those things to go through the aid of my grandmother and my mother. You will hear me talk about my grandmother a lot because she did a lot of things to mold me into who and what I am here today, what I have become today. My mother did a lot. She buried her tears into hard work to raise us the right way, and prayers, a lot of prayers. And that is why you see me this Monday here surviving in a place where other young girls that were going through the same thing never made it. I'm the only one who made it, and I made it for a purpose. And I will never stop because of that, doing what I have been called to do. So how do you practice forgiveness? Forgive others and yourself for past mistakes. Let go of what no longer serves you. Peace. Let go. Let go of what no longer serves you, your peace. Don't jeopardize your peace and your happiness because you want to prove tough. You want to show that, you know what, I am going to be tough here. No, proving tough only makes you put yourself down, and you will not succeed. Then, number 7, we talk about surround yourself with positive, uplifting people. See what we're doing here. We are all footprints of destiny from Unpassive, from Mr. Ashmufara. Now we have chosen to be here, surrounding ourselves with one another because we are positive thinkers, because we want to impact the lives of children, young people, and women worldwide because they're the most vulnerable. And therefore, we come together here to continue to expand on what Mr. Ashmufara brought us together to do. This is, to me, this is very, very important. I am really grateful to Mr. Mufare on Passive and all of you here. Now it's a ripple effect. It's affecting the whole world. And now we come together without actually meeting each other. We never met before. And now we behave as though I just think like I have known you guys for about 10 years or more. And if I see you on the street, I will know. And we are behaving this way. This is a blessing beyond measure. So surround yourself with positive, uplifting people. Why do you have to do this? Why? Why are we here together with the same mindset? Why? Why did Mr. Ashmufara brought us together with the same mindset? So the company you keep can influence your thoughts. It can influence your habits and overall well-being. How? My grandmother used to say, show me your 5 fingers, and I will tell you who your friends are. It is metaphorical that, or show me your 5 friends, and I will tell you who you are. Right? Because that means the company in which you are really, really tell people who you are. And here in One Global Movement, they tell us, people will quickly tell who we are, because One Global Movement is about helping young people, children, and women, the most vulnerable population of the world, to eradicate hunger, illiteracy, poverty, abuse, homelessness, and help these children to build on their hopes and dreams, build generational wealth while living a life of leadership and purpose. This is who we are. And those of us who are here, we know that this resonates with us. And that is why we are here. Otherwise, what other reason do you have to be here? If not of what we are expanding on that brought us through Unpassive. And we are doing that so that we can uplift humanity from our hearts. Like our CEO says, you cannot uplift humanity without our hearts. And he says, if somebody offers you a meal, a good meal, won't you want to share that meal with others? I think This is what we are doing here, trying to share that meal so that we reach to every child. And we need to continue to do it because this is going to continue after you and I are long gone. It's still going to be continue. But the legacy we leave behind is what is going to continue to build the next generations that are going to come after us. And this is what we use to teach our children. And how do you just surround yourself with positive people, people that have positive mindset? Build a circle. I already talked about that. Build a circle of supportive, positive friends and mentors who encourage your growth. We in Unpassive, I know, and we know that not everybody in Unpassive is positive. Not everybody. No, we see it, we hear it, not even among the leaders, we must say here, are positive. Because if you are helping children, truth be told, truth be told, you cannot pretend to help a child without, first of all, telling the truth, right? And the truth is what is going to help us to serve these children better. So in Unpassive, we don't. We don't. Some people are so negative that they want to control your mindset. They want to hush you down. They want to sabotage what you're doing. And just because they are not doing what you're doing and they don't want to do it, they don't even know how to do it. They want to sabotage it. It's the same thing in our families. Remember, it starts from home. Because if we start from home with a positive mindset, we surround ourselves with positive people, our children will see this. That's exactly how they're going to build on their own relationships too, within the family, within their communities, their villages, and out there as well, in school, in whatever they're learning, right? Number 8, stay humble. Humility is very important. Stay humble. Why do you have to stay humble? Humility opens the door to more blessings because you remain grounded and teachable. You remain grounded and teachable. You don't pretend as though you know everything when you don't. You don't be running your mouth without listening to the other person. You don't. You listen to their point of view because no matter how they present it to you, there is still some blessings in what they're teaching you or what they're saying. And that's why we say we have to stop, drop, and listen to our children. That's why when my son calls, and I advise everybody here that when your child or your children call or your family member calls, you're on here, take the call. We have to learn to put up with one another because we are in the world of technology. Take the call and go out and answer your call. That's why when my son called, I don't hesitate. I say, please excuse me, I must take this call. Or some important calls from One Global Movement coming. I say, please excuse me, this is so important because those are calls that I must take. We need to do the same thing. So you stay humble, but you open the door to more blessings because you remain grounded and teachable without pretending to know everything. Even Mr. Ashmufar, who brought us together, he doesn't know everything. I don't know everything either. Mr. John Barilla doesn't know everything. But when we come together with our different skills and customs and traditions and values, now we begin to learn and remember. Learning is a continuous thing. You will learn until you die. There's always room to learn and grow. Always, always. And we need to do this so that our children can learn. And how do you do this? Recognize that every blessing is a gift. Every blessing is a gift, not something to boast about, not something to say, here, look at me. I have this many accounts. I'm going to be a billionaire. I'm going to literally be at a B when Unpassive starts going. Remember, Mr. Ashford, one account is enough. I have one account. The rest of the other accounts are for the various initiatives for One Global Movement. But there are some people, they say, oh, I have 500 and something account plus. I have this, I have this. That is so limited mentality. That means you have not really found your purpose. You're boasting, trying to make the other person look small, trying to make them feel low on themselves. because they don't have the number of accounts that you have. You can have 1 million accounts, but if you do not have the purpose for those accounts, you don't know how to humble yourself, you don't know how to utilize those accounts, guess what? You will be as poor as a church rat, if I may put it that way. I'm sorry. I learned to speak so straight in my life, So that is not something to boast about. So you have to recognize that every blessing is a gift. That's how you do it, not something to boast about. Stay humble. Stay humble. It doesn't mean you're always praying or you're always saying that I'm going to church or reading the Bible. That's not what it means. Your character, your attitude is your altitude. Your character is your humility. Are you humble enough with your character? Stay humble and be grateful for success and growth. Not something to spit it on people's faces, or you give something to somebody, you help somebody, you turn around, you start boasting. Guess what you've done? You already make that thing to die out by yourself. It's not going to serve you. It's not going to do any good. So number 9, you nurture your mind and body. You nurture your mind and body. How do you nurture your mind and body? And why do you even have to nurture it? You nurture your mind and body. A healthy mind and a body allow you and me to make the most out of the blessings in our lives, and therefore the lives of our children. Remember, I always say that because what you're doing, your children are going to copy. It doesn't matter whether they're biological children or not, they're going to copy. And the children, of course, they have to copy from us. We are the parents, we are the adults, we are the caregivers. Where else can they go and copy? Who else can they copy from? From you and I. And so when we have healthy minds and bodies, this will allow us to make the most of the blessings in our lives. How do we do this? Exercise regularly. You exercise regularly, running, riding a bike for smiles, walking for smiles, admiring a stream or a lake, taking beautiful pictures of animals or birds, or going to look at the waves of the ocean or the lake, or cooking some very healthy food and eating it, or going to the nursing home and playing some music to our older folks, our parents and grandparents that are there, trying to pick dirt, or don't litter. Don't litter on the streets. The government pays so much money to get the streets clean. So don't litter. Or if you see places where some people they don't know how not to litter, you go sign up to pick up dirt from your community. We can do that. A lot of things that we can do. Now here in this institute where I'm right now, it's called WEI, Women Environmental Institute. I am speaking inside this institute right now. Do you know the kind of blessings that is going to bring into One Global Movement, into my life, into our lives here? I am speaking right here now. And I've been given the opportunity, a whole room in an Airbnb facility, all filled with nature. I am speaking here right now. To me, where else could I have been but here? And you guys are listening to me from this institute that is formed by these prominent, humble women to empower the world. And a lot of things are going to happen as I speak. My hair is standing on end. I'm just feeling my body is just being so happy that I can't even express it. Words cannot express. And I know that this is going to help One Global Movement so that we can reach out to every child. And how do you nurture your mind and body? You exercise regularly. We said that eat nutritious food, learn to plant, grow your own vegetables. If you don't have a backyard, there are certain vegetables like onions and others that you can grow indoor. Learn to nurture. Remember, when you plant, you sow a seed of onion, a seed of tomato, a seed of kale, a seed of whatever. You are sowing life into a child. And when you sow life into a child, you are sowing light into that child. And when you sow light into that child, you have really enabled that child to take this light and shine it into the world in others that need that light. This is so, so important. And engage in activities that stimulate your mind. Reading Nancy is going to work on a name that we're going to come out for to read to the children, because it's one Global Movement's program, especially when they're on vacation. We read, and we read for 10, 15, 20 minutes. The most should be 30 minutes, because children, all of us, not just children, we have attention span deficit. We just want click and go instead of going the brick and mortar way. But we want to, and then they get to understand better too. Because if you do things for a very long time, people don't understand those things so well. So that is very, very important. So exercising regularly stimulate your mind. Then speak and affirm blessings. Speak and affirm blessings. You can say, I am blessed and highly favored. My children are blessed and highly favored. You're not just saying it, you're writing it. Some of you need to come and read my journal. I'm not saying that I'm doing the best, but I'm just saying this as an example. I am blessed and highly favored. I was created with greatness within me. Therefore, I have greatness within me. I have been blessed and highly favored with knowledge. I am wealthy. I am going to do great things in the world with the knowledge that I have been blessed with. I am going to empower the lives of children, young people, and women in the world, because there is nothing that you can do without this population. Nothing. And if we are coming together like this, it therefore means that we are going to impact the lives of children from our hearts. We're going to share what the blessings of Mr. Ashmufara with the rest of the world, because that's the reason for why we are here. So this is so important. Why? Why is it important? Why is it important to speak blessings of affirmation over your lives and the lives of your children and your family? Words have power. Do you know that? Your words have power. And affirmations can remind you of your blessings while attracting more. I am blessed and highly favored. Look at my journal every day. It's written there. It just comes. I say it. I speak blessings over my son and the other 9 children. I speak blessing over all children of the world, one global movement children and women over the world. When you speak blessings, more come to you. So how do you do this? Speak positively about your life and future, not in a boasting way though. Don't boast. Don't boast, be humble, because some people are boasting. Speak positively about your life, what you're doing. I am happy. I'm in my farm clothes. If you see my shoes, I am blessed and highly favored to know about these women. And I was referred to Women Environmental Institute by the father that gave us that piece of land, a father that I've been bonding with for about 3 years. We go to check on that father because he's lonely. So when you sow blessings into the life of others, more blessings will come to you. This is how I got to know this, and a lot of great things are going to come out of this connection. Connection leads to more blessings and to more connection. And it just keeps going. It just keeps multiplying. So you have to use your words have power, and speak positively about your life and the life of your children, your family, your community. Don't sabotage. I remember here in one global movement some times ago, there were people that were condemning African countries and Black families. And in our country, we know what I'm talking about. Some of these Black people, even though they are the Aborigines, they are being relegated to the background and pushed out of society. They're living in the bush because that is the kind of hatred that has been instigated against Black people. We need to speak about these things openly and advocate for people not to do these things. They are human beings like you. If you know your history, you will know that you don't need that. You don't need to do that. If you know your history, you will know that you have to stretch your hand out. It doesn't matter the color. It's a human being like you. And we don't have to relegate them to the background. Relegating people to the background causes your downfall. You will never be happy. You will never get the wealth that you think that you want, because you look at some people, just because hatred has been instigated against some people, you think that you can do the same. It does not work. I used to tell some people that were speaking here in one global movement that I don't want to hear that. Every child was born equal. in the eyes of Almighty God. Every child was given a unique gift. Every child deserves to be loved and nurtured. It does not matter. A child in Rwanda, in Cameroon, in United States of America, in Canada, in India is no different from the other child. No child is born to hate another person unless we instill that hatred in children. And therefore, One Global Movement's policy is to embrace every child and to love every child equally according to their culture, their customs and traditions and values, never relegating, believing the lies that the world has put in us to hate certain people. To hate people, you're hating your own self. Hatred is so disturbing a word to put inside of us or into our children because it will come out as emotional disturbances, as illnesses that we don't want. You don't want to embrace lies. You got to do your own research and then you know what you're talking about. So we can say, I am blessed and highly favored, can reinforce this truth. So by cultivating these practices, you create an environment where blessings can continue to flow into your life. Let us embrace all the children, regardless of their orientation, regardless of their background, regardless of their culture, regardless of their customs and tradition, regardless of the level of their parents' bank account, regardless of anything. It's not a condition here in One Global Movement to be able to love any child. We need to love these children and these young people and these women, particularly these young girls that are suffering. We have been so created with too much abundance. It's because of our attitude that makes us to go against certain people. Just because somebody said this person is this doesn't mean that you have to believe that. Experience that person for yourself. Remember, people's behavior go according to the circumstances or the situation. We have to experience that for ourselves, and we don't label people. We don't label these children. We don't say, oh, because you're black or because you're red, you're green, you're yellow, you're white. No, none of that. We are all human race. We have only one race. All the other races are man-made races. And this is what is causing the problem for our children, young people, and women worldwide. But here, we can learn to eliminate all those things by loving ourselves. Because when you love yourself enough to speak blessings into your life, you will be able to stretch your hand and your heart out. You will be able to give a hug to a child. Even for, you will be able to be that voice of hope for children all over the world. So thank you guys so much for listening. Even where I am so blessed and highly favored to have you guys here coming together so that together we will change the dynamics and the rhetoric for children, young people, and women worldwide. Because when you help children, you help these young people, you have women, you have helped everyone in the world. And I am so happy and blessed that I get to be a part of this transformation that is taking place here in One Global Movement and as footprints of destiny from On Passive. So thank you guys so much. And please, I would like you guys to bear with me because I am not going to be able to read every name here so that I can get back to what we came here to do. I can get back to Women Environmental Institute with the women that are changing the lives of people. Remember, they are growing food and they are educating children and families. Remember that we cannot educate children without feeding these children. You cannot even do anything without feeding them or feeding yourself appropriately. And these women, you should see their farm. You should see their orchards. Lots and lots of great things. I am really so much overwhelmed that I just want to do this thing, do this thing, do this, and just do it like them. And if you come to my home, and I started planting fruits, plant some in at the backyard, some at the front, so that when it's time, when people are passing by, they can pluck them and eat. And the bus stop is right there. when these children come out from school, with the permission of their parents, they can also have a munch on those apples because they are coming from school, they're tired, they need something that will revitalize their brains so that they can focus on their homework. So these women are doing it. One global movement is the same light. You cannot love, educate a child without helping them to eat. We must. We must share what we are doing. We must have farms. If possible, we're going to have them in every country so that these trucks will be hauling these foods to schools, to homes, and everywhere. And I am asking that you guys really immerse yourself wholeheartedly so that we can do this together. Remember, the spirit of Ubuntu is the spirit that I used to build this one global movement. I am here because you are there. You are there because I am here. And the spirit of Ubuntu carries with it love. It carries with it education. It carries with it food. Food is life. It carries with it all those great things. It carries with it shelter. It carries with it belonging. It carries with it togetherness, unity. It carries with it food sovereignty, which is what we must take to help this children. So thank you guys so much. And I want to thank the managing director who is always here to make sure that things are going well. Thank you so much, Sister Yvonne, and all of you who are doing, making this happen so that our children can live happily, so that we can do these things together. Together, there is nothing that we cannot do. Little by little, we will reach every child. And thank you so much, Sister Yvonne, for putting that link there. I really highly appreciate you. Thank you to Cecile Ashakuma. And thank you to our beautiful sister, Sister Sharon Pushpin Media, Ballyhoo Pushpin Media. Thank you so much for being with us here today. Thank you, good time. Thank you to Suresh Kumar. I highly appreciate all of you for coming together to do this. Thank you to Goldie Cow. I appreciate you so much. We love you all here. And thank you for supporting our children. We have Queen Door. Thank you so much, Queen Door, for being with us here. You are really a queen. I can see the crown of the queen, and your necklace really shows that of a queen. Thank you so much. I would like to connect with you, Queen Door. What part of the world you are? You can do that through Mr. John Barilla. Thank you so much for being that mother support here and that queen behind our children. Thank you so much. And let's go down here. And of course, our beautiful sister Nancy is here. Thank you so much, Nancy, for doing what you're doing for our children worldwide. And let's go down here. Please bear with me. We need to get back to business here with the Women Environmental Institute here in my community. And Deblina Sinha, thank you so much for being here. I highly appreciate you. Thank you, Maxie Smith. Thank you so much for your love and contribution. And we have Rita Mani Day, thank you so much for being that strong support here for our children. Jivan Turkey, thank you so much, sir. We highly appreciate you. And we have Ama Chandra Namadas. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow, 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 wow. I highly appreciate all of you here. Thank you. And I'm sure Mr. Ash Mufara is going to be so happy and appreciative that we are doing just what he brought us together to do. Thank you so much. And we have Nime Sharan Naik. Thank you, sir, for your support and your love for children worldwide. Thank you. And let's go down here a little bit farther. And it looks like almost all the regulars are here today. And everybody's a regular anyway, because you got the good news and you are here. We welcome you and we embrace you into this global family. Thank you so much. And let's keep going down here. And I want to make sure that everybody's name is appreciated. We have our brother here, Manojit Kaji. Thank you so much. It's my prayer and hope that I will join you one Sunday. I just need a little bit of notice, like 1 week, so that I can plan it according to one global movement schedule. Because as you know, these children are paramount. They are the first thing that we do, but we must take care of ourselves before we can take care of these children. So, sir, if you're ready, let me know ahead of time. Thank you so much. And we have, let's go down, down, down. We have Ban Hussein. Thank you so much. And I am going to pull some pictures here. Hopefully, I will get it when I pull them first to show you guys here. And just so you guys continue to know, unless we compose our own music, we have to wait to see what the copyright policies are before we can go back to playing our legendary Bob Marley and also our international anthem from sister Loretta Shadare. Thank you. And let's pull that and see what we can do here. Give me a second, please. And here we go. Click here. What's up? And click here. There we go. And let's watch some pictures here, okay? That helps to a big deal. Okay, we have this Thursday, which is our topic here, Mantle of Hope Revolution. And the topic is, how do we help our children to stay blessed? How do we teach our children and youth to stay blessed? Thank you so much, Sister Sharon, for the beauty that you bring here. I highly appreciate that. Let me go here and try to bring the other things, the other pictures here. Okay. Share again. Hopefully, it will just bring the rest of the other graphics here so that we can see the other pictures. Okay, there we go. Now, look at that. You see? Look at the beautiful, beautiful babies. Very beautiful, right? And how do I? Now it says, celebrate the blessings. Good morning. Happy Thursday. Thankful Thursday. Happy Thankful Thursday. We got that. And how did I bring the other pictures out last time? Let me see. Oh, I made them to go again. Okay, let me just go. Let me know if you guys are seeing all the pictures that I'm going to be bringing here now. Please share. Now we have that. If you're seeing it, that's wonderful. And then we have this here. It says, November is National Adoption Month. Shadow adoption is a gift. We all can give a child waiting to be hugged and loved. Yes, this is shadow adoption is a principle that my family has been using for generations on end to adopt children. My grandparents and us, my mother too, is doing the same thing. Shadow adoption, it might not be a principle that you can even research, because I tried to see if we can research on it. There's not much about it. And in simple terms, it means if you're in your community or in your village and you have two children, and you are able to sponsor those children, and you're able to love them, nurture them, and show them the right way, now you can adopt one more, and then now you have three children. But you're not taking away the child from the parents. You are just extending that family, and that child will still be within the parents, but you are sponsoring that child. You're loving them. You're taking care of their health, everything, because their parents were not unable to. And the reason for shadow adoption is to maintain the values, the customs and tradition of that child. Because lots of time, when a child is adopted out of that culture and tradition, now they embrace a different culture. There's always that hollow within a child when they are not adopted within the same customs and tradition, and that alone is leaving a mark on that child that a lot of time the children, they behave differently. So thank you. That is what it is. That's one of the programs for One Global Movement. Thank you. And then you see me there. Remember, I don't only just talk the talk, but I walk the talk. Okay, I do that. And people with good intentions make promises. Remember that. People with good intentions make promises, but people with good character keep them. I'm not saying that I have a good character. Sometimes I can be a bad girl, okay? But I try not to. But this is what it means. So good morning, wherever you are. Thank you so much, Sharon, for this beauty. And look at One Global Movement Children. Oh, it says Happy Tuesday, but today is not Tuesday. I just wanted to show that picture because kids, we need to help them to be happy. It doesn't matter whether it's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We got to do our best to make the children happy all round. Yep. And you see here, November is National Adoption Month still. You can make a difference for the children waiting to be adopted. Yes. And this is by Sharon Whedon. Sharon is the only female mentor here, and she is doing a lot of great things here. And we are working together, hand in hand, which is what we are doing here, because no one person can do this alone. So thank you so much, Sister Sharon. So remember that November is National Adoption Month, and towards the month, we might have to say something like a theme on this. So let's go here. And look at that. Isn't that beautiful? They're sleeping. Good night, especially to our brothers and sisters in India. Good night and sweet dreams. One Global Movement Children is wishing you all a good night. And good night. Let us try to read books. You must not read only certain kind of books that say these are good night books. You can write your own books. It is my belief that each and every one of us need to write books, and you don't write them just for money. You write them for your family books. You read bedtime stories. What are the bedtime stories that you guys have? Like uh, we have a story in my culture, the moonlight, whatever. I have to look for it. You read it to the children. The moon is a beautiful thing. It shines on our children. It shines on all of us, right? And so look at them. They are sleeping peacefully, and they have a bond, a connection there between them, which is how I was raised. We slept in one bed and we were so happy. But then when the kids start growing up, now we separate them from that. So are we almost done here? All right. One of the ladies is making sure that we're doing okay. So rise and shine. Good morning. Start your day with a dose of puppy love. Hashtag One Global Movement. Rise and shine. And good morning to our brothers and sisters in India and to other parts of the world that they are experiencing good morning now. And from my end, I would say good afternoon and have a good evening and a good night. I love you all. Until tomorrow, I love you, and we will meet again tomorrow. I love you. Bye bye. Bye bye, guys. Okay, good. End the show. There we go. We're ending.